Alright, let's talk about the ITTOs. First, the inputs. Project Management Plan. Here we have Risk Management Plan. The Risk Management Plan provides guidance on how and when the risk should be reviewed, risk management process and procedures, the risk owners, their roles and responsibilities, and about reporting formats. The next one is project documents. There are 4 in it. First, issue log. The issue log is used to see if any of the open issues have been updated and necessitate an update to the risk register. While reviewing the issue log, you can understand from when confusion and disagreement has occurred or where it's currently occurring in the project. This can help to further identify risk in the project. Lessons learned register. The lessons learned in the previous project regarding monitoring the risk response can be applied to improve the effectiveness of this process. Risk register. The risk register contains useful information for monitor risk, such as list of risk owners, and agreed upon risk responses and specific implementation actions. Other details, including control actions for assessing the effectiveness of response plans, symptoms and warning signs of risk, residual and secondary risk, and a watch list of how priority risk may also be part of it. Risk report. The risk report will have the list of risk and the risk response along with the risk owners and the affected stakeholders. The third input is work performance data. As a part of project status, the work performance data includes the risks that are already occurred, implemented risk responses, active risk, and closed risks. In fact, as an output of project work, the raw data and measurements are produced, which is called as work performance data. These work performance data are analyzed to evaluate the occurred risk, the risk response plan that are implemented, the number of risks, other details of risks such as active and closed, risk triggers, and the risk relationship with other variants. The fourth and the final input is work performance reports. Project work generates raw data and measurements, which is also called as work performance data. It may contain variance analysis, earned value data, and forecast data. This helps to understand how well the project is performing. There could be variation in the project. The variation can create impact on various project parameters, which can lead to risk. These data are analyzed to evaluate the impact of the risk, plan for risk response, identify risk triggers, and look for relationship with other risks. These risk data can be used to do risk assessment, reserve analysis, analysis of trends and variance, etc. Now, the tools and techniques. Data analysis. Technical performance analysis and reserve analysis are the two data analyses that are used in this process. Let's look at the technical performance analysis. Let's say that you are working in developing a new generation automobile engine for car. For the simplicity reason, let's say that you set the technical parameters for torque and for fuel efficiency. As the project progresses, you should keep an eye on the technical performance. Any variance in it can trigger a risk. The risk could be a threat or an opportunity. If the team achieves a much better fuel efficiency, then it's an opportunity. In case if the team could not achieve the expected fuel efficiency, then it becomes a threat. So, technical performance analysis compares the technical accomplishment with the target value. Initially, you need to set the objective, quantifiable measurement of technical performance, which can be compared with the actual result against the target result. Those technical performance measurements can be weight, storage, capacity, delivery effect, etc. Deviation from the target value can indicate the potential impact of threats and opportunities. Next, reserve analysis. As the project progresses, some of the individual or project risk may occur. They might have created a positive or negative impact on budget or schedule contingency reserves. Reserve analysis compares the amount of contingency reserve remaining to the amount of risk remaining in order to determine if the remaining reserve is adequate. This may be communicated using graphical representation, including a burn-down chart. Second tool is audit. Risk audit are done to understand the effectiveness of a risk management process. Project manager takes the initiative to carry out the risk audit. Risk audit includes regular project review meetings and risk review meetings. Before the audit, the objectives and the format of audit should be clearly defined. The third tool is meetings. Risk review is the primary objective of the meeting. Risk reviews are scheduled regularly to examine and document the effectiveness of risk response. Risk reviews may also result in identification of new individual project risks, including secondary risk from the risk response, reassess current risks, close outdated risks. The risk review may be done along with the project status meeting, dedicated risk review meeting as specified in the risk management plan. All right, let's talk about the outputs. There are 5 in the list. The first one is work performance information. As an output to monitor risk, the actual risk management performed is compared with the one that are planned during risk management. This information indicates the effectiveness of the risk planning and response implementation process. The next one is change request. The monitor risk process may result in a change request to the cost and schedule baselines or other components of the project management plan. Change request can include recommended corrective and preventive actions to address the current level of overall project risk or to address individual project risk. Of course, every change request must be processed for review and disposition through perform integrated change control process. The next one is project management plan updates. Here, it's any component. Any change to the project management plan goes through the organization's change control process via a change request. This may affect any component of the project management plan. The next one is project documents updates. There are 5 project documents that are updated. First, assumption log. During the monitor risk process, new assumptions may be made, new constraints may be identified, and existing assumptions or constraints may be revisited and changed. The assumption log is updated with this new information. Issue log. Where issues are identified as part of monitor risk process, these are recorded in the issue log. Lessons learned register. The lessons learned register is updated with any risk-related lessons learned during risk reviews so that these can be used on later phase of the project or in future projects. Risk register. The information generated during monitor risk response are updated in risk register, such as adding new risk, updating outdated risk, or risks that were realized. Risk report. As new information available through the monitor risk process, the risk report gets updated to reflect the current status of the project risk. The information includes project risks, agreed risk response and bonus, effectiveness of risk response, conclusion, and the recommendation. Typically, risk audit helps to understand the effectiveness of risk management process. The last output is organizational process asserts updates. Here, templates related to risk management plan, risk register, and risk report and risk breakdown structure are updated. All right, that wraps up risk management knowledge area. Let's move to the next knowledge area, project procurement management. See you there.